Hi, my name is Amy Heyse, and I'm going to show you how to do a short and simple little Christmas card featuring the Holy Family. Let's get started. So here's all the supplies that you need. I have just a regular piece of computer paper. I have a pencil, some crayons, an eraser, pencil sharpener just in case, and if you want to, you can even have a Sharpie on hand. So I'm going to show you how to get the paper ready for a card. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your paper and you are going to fold it hamburger style. So I'm just pushing the paper all the way to the edge so the edges match up, and then I'm going to crease the paper flat, and then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to do it hamburger style one more time, folding the pages down flat and creasing along the edges, so you have a nice double folded greeting card that we're going to be using for our Christmas card. So the first things that we're going to be doing in our Christmas card is we're going to draw some circles for Mary's head and a circle for baby Jesus's head. So I'm going to use my pencil and I'm going to draw Mary's head over here on the right side of my card. And I have my card, so if you open it, it's kind of like that hamburger style. So I'm going to start off by drawing a circle with my pencil. And at the beginning, I'm just going to be sketching kind of light. That way, if I make a mistake, it's really easy to erase. So the size of my circle is going to be a little bit bigger than 2 fingers. So depending on the size of your fingers, you might make yours a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller. And it's okay if your circle's not perfectly round. That's not a problem. So I have one circle for Mary's head, about 2 fingers, and over here, kind of near the bottom left edge of it, I'm going to put a little circle for baby Jesus's head. And this smaller circle for baby Jesus is going to be about the size of a quarter or a little bit bigger. Right? Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 2 little ovals for Mary's hands. They are going to go kind of underneath where baby Jesus's head is going to be. And they're going to be touching each other. Each of these ovals is about the size of a jelly bean. And the way that they touch each other right along the edge almost makes it look like the number 8. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw an arm that's going to be cradling right behind baby Jesus' head. So I'm going to start off by putting a little line from the big circle of Mary's head to the little circle of baby Jesus. I'm going to stop, and I'm going to continue that line over on the other side and connect it to my little oval for the hand. I'm going to add one more line from that oval, and it's going to get tucked right behind the circle for baby Jesus's head. I'm going to put another curved line over on this right side of Mary's head circle, connecting to the little oval for her hand, and this is going to be kind of like a backward C or like a parenthesis kind of shape. So I'm going to start on the bottom right of Mary's circle head, and I'm going to create a curved line kind of like a parenthesis for that arm over on the right side. On the inside edge, I'm going to put one more curved line for the inside edge of her arm. I'm going to put one more curve right here in between her arm and baby Jesus's head, and this is going to be for the top of his little body that is all swaddled up. Next, I'm going to be working on Mary's mantle. So kind of close to the top of her head, in the middle, I'm going to leave a little bit of space. And I'm going to start her little mantle just a little bit above her head. I'm going to draw a curved line that comes down from the top, and I'm just going to have it drape down but stop when I touch baby Jesus's head. I'm going to do something similar over on the right side. I'm going to start at that little mark that I put in earlier and do a curved line that goes down close to her arm. And right where I end this line, which is about where Mary's elbow would be, I'm just going to connect it to her arm to finish off the bottom part of her little mantle. Now Mary needs some hair. She's going to have a little curve on the left side that kind of curves up. So not quite a diagonal line, a little bit more curved. And I'm going to have one side curve down, and where it ends is about the middle of the circle for her head. Mary also needs eyes, and I'm just going to give her a simple little face. So I'm going to do 2 little circles for her eyes, and I am putting them about a finger apart from each other. I can give her a little mouth, and I'm just going to do a little curved line. If you want to make her mouth different, like if you want to give her some lips, or if you want to add a nose, that kind of thing, you can most certainly do that. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in her eyes by drawing a little circle on the inside of her eye shape like that. But I'm going to leave the top part white so it looks like the light is hitting her eye. And I'm going to do the bottom part black. So I'm just going to fill it in with my pencil. Last, I'm going to do baby Jesus's face. So since baby Jesus is lying down, I'm going to put his eyes right about the middle of his face and do little curves like this because he's sleeping. And I'm going to put a little dot for his little mouth. If you want, you can even give baby Jesus some hair. I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3 little swoops, almost like little smiles for the top. And I'm going to do 1, 2 little swoops down for the other part. So now I'm going to be working on adding in Joseph. And Joseph's going to go over here on the left side of my picture. So Joseph's head's also going to be about 2 fingers or bigger. And I'm going to sketch that out with my pencil over on the left side. I want to make sure that I'm leaving a little bit of space between Joseph's head and Mary's head. And if you make a mistake or need to move the head, you can always erase it. So I have about a finger of space in between Joseph's head and Mary's head, and about a finger of space in between his head and baby Jesus's head. So Joseph is going to be holding a staff. So over here on the left side, I'm going to put just a little oval about the size of a jelly bean. That's going to be his hand that's going to be holding the little staff. So the way that I'm going to put the staff in is I'm going to start kind of up above where his head is. I'm going to draw a line down towards the hand, and I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to continue that line coming down towards the bottom of my card. So that's one line of his staff. And if you need to pause at any time to catch up, feel free to do so. There's going to be another line that runs parallel to the one I just drew. I'm going to stop at his hand and continue that line on the other side. But this one I made a little bit longer because I don't want the stick to be perfectly flat. I want it to have a little bit of an edge, a different shaped edge. If you want, you can add extra lines on the inside to make it look more like wood. Next, I'm going to draw in Joseph's shoulders. So I'm going to put one line from his head and have it come towards his hand, just a little diagonal line. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And I'm just going to stop until it hits baby Jesus' head. I want this arm to look like it's kind of bent. So I'm going to put a curve, kind of like a letter C or parenthesis. So if you find the middle of the oval of the hand, that's where you can start the arm. And you're going to sketch in a curve, kind of like a C for that part of the arm. Then I'm going to put in 2 more lines for the rest of Joseph's body. So I'll have one, I'm going to leave a little bit of space between the bottom of his head and where the shoulder is. So I'm going to put one line kind of coming down, stop at the staff if you need to, and then you can have it continue down on the other side. And I'm going to do another, but on the opposite side. Kind of like that. I'm going to give him a little bit of texture on his robe. So kind of close to the staff, I'm going to draw a line that goes from the side of his body up towards the top of his head. And then I can add a couple curved lines coming down to make it look like draping fabric. And if you want to, now is a great time. If you want, you can add some curves for the side of Mary's body. If you have some empty space like I did, give her a little skirt. And this arm that's behind baby Jesus, you can either leave it as is, or you can have it come down close to his body, put like a little oval or something if you want it down by his side, or you can have it curved off as if it's right behind Mary's back. Joseph's hair is going to be a little bit similar to Mary's. I'm going to start off over on the left side of his head, kind of near the middle. I'm going to do a curved line that comes up like this. And then I'm going to have it swoop down and go over towards the other side. He is also going to have 2 circles for his eyes. I'm going to put them about a finger apart from each other. He's also going to have a little smile. And I'm going to fill his eyes in similar to Mary. So I'm going to draw a little circle inside of the circles of his eyes, but I'm going to leave part of it white at the top and fill the rest in dark with my pencil. You can leave Joseph like that, or if you want to give him a beard, the last thing you can do is, starting close towards the bottom of his face, is you can do a curve, almost like a frown, from one side of his face to the other, and that will be his little beard. Once your drawing is all done with pencil, you have the option of outlining your drawing with something like a Sharpie or a black marker or even just a regular pen. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Alright, so I just finished outlining everything with my handy dandy Sharpie, and I erased all of my pencil lines that I didn't cover up with Sharpie with just a regular eraser. Now I'm ready to color. You can color your Christmas card with anything that you want, whether it's colored pencils, markers, or crayons. Crayons is what I'm going to use, and you can do any colors that you want to. The last thing, of course, would be to open up your card and write a message on the inside, and then you are all done. Thank you so much for following along. I hope that you had fun making your little Christmas card. If you followed along and wanted to share how your card turned out, you can tag me on Instagram. My handle is at Amy Heyse Art. You can tag me on Instagram, also with the hashtag Art with Amy Heyse. Thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of your day.